Kane Tejada is certainly in limbo after the last conversation with Monet, and one hard conversation it was. But what's Kane's next move after killing Ramirez? Will we finally see him coming to his senses and helping his mother Monet and Diana in a time of need, or is he just too far gone? Welcome back to MovieBot. Let's talk about Power Book 2 Ghost, Kane Tejada. So hope you're all doing great this morning, and happy new year to all of you, and hopefully you're not too hungover from last night and ready for another storyline breakdown talking all things Kane Tejada and whether he could redeem himself with Monet and his family, because I do think this storyline with Lil Guap could take a twist based on a few things that have happened. But first, if you're new to the channel and you want to see everything from Power Book 2 to Power Book 3 Raising Kanan and Power Book 4 Force, news, reviews and breakdowns, then remember to smash the subscribe button, as well as Snowfall, by the way, which is back with season 4 next month, which I can't wait for, so I will be doing review and breakdowns on Snowfall starting next month. But anyway, the other day I spoke about Courtney Kemp's comments, and for those who may have missed the video or maybe new to the channel, Kane is actually his name, which comes from his nickname Hurricane. His real name is Lorenzo Tejada Jr., and one of the most important things that I wanted to dive deep into was the comment that Courtney Kemp made about a family. Monet and Kane have a love-hate relationship, but it goes truly deeper than this, because somebody asked Courtney Kemp, does Monet forgive Kane? She said, here's the thing about family. Family does you wrong, you take them back. Family does you wrong and you take them back again. Then family tells you to go away and then you need them but you still resent them. That could potentially happen. And this is the thing about family, especially with Monet and Kane's relationship, because yes, sure, Kane did wrong, but Monet is partly to blame, and I'm going to play that short clip again for you guys between Monet and Kane, so I'm just going to play that for you now.
Run, Kane. Run before I put you down myself.
I'm your son just as much as Drew, Ma. I did everything you wanted me to do.
Don't test me, boy. Never again.
Okay, now here's the thing. Family does you wrong and you take them back. Family does you wrong again, you take them back again. Then you tell family to go away but you need them but you still resent them. And this is something I mentioned in my previous video on Kane earlier on in the week before Courtney Kemp's live Q&A, where Monet would still need Kane. Regardless of whether she can put her full faith and trust in Kane is irrelevant at this moment in time, because she needs him. With Drew being in hospital, she only has Diana and Lorenzo also in prison, and her protection Ramirez being dead after being killed by Kane. And now this is where I really think we could see Lorenzo calling the shots now, because we hear him telling Monet after she said he's the problem. Lorenzo said, well, now he's the solution. And it goes back to what Courtney Kemp said about taking family back but still resenting them. This could well still happen, because although the Tejadas put business first, there is no business at this moment in time. What business does Monet have with no supplier after Rico is now giving Monet's orders to Lil Guap, who I'm going to come to in just a moment, by the way. But there is no business left for Monet, and at this moment in time her family is broken in half as well, so she needs Kane more than ever, regardless of whether she resents him. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with their relationship going forward, especially when she finds out that Kane's killed Ramirez, because that's Monet's protection on the outside. Lorenzo's name gives them protection in the streets, but Ramirez helped them with any issues they had with the law and gave Monet the heads up like he did with telling her about the GTG crew or the Westerns, providing her with key information, but she no longer has this. And I do think Kane will come to his senses sooner or later and realize that he can't run the streets on his own at this moment in time, because he acts on emotion and rage, like killing Ramirez and keeping Lil Guap alive when he should have dealt with him in the first place. And speaking of Lil Guap, let's move on and talk about his role going forward and what impact this could have on Kane and the Tejadas, because Lil Guap's story is definitely not finished and is one that could definitely play a part in the season finale. Now I'm just going to play that short clip when Drew went to go see Kane, and I want to know whether you guys spot something, so I'm just going to play that short clip for you now.
Kane, fuck that shit, no, man. Drew, fuck Monet. We hit a Rico for product and we run these streets together, okay? No Monet, no Lorenzo.
Why is that nigga still breathing?
So if you didn't spot this before, then hopefully you have now, but I'm going to be breaking it down for you anyway. But Drew came to Lil Guap's place where Kane was with this girl. Drew pulls him over to one side and tells him the beef that he has with Monet has him all twisted and that Rico was coming personally to make the drop in a couple of nights. But Kane here, he's just not listening, but one person that is listening is this one right here. And when Drew surprisingly sees Lil Guap walk past him, he heads over to the bar area and she whispers something into his ear. No doubt what she overheard from Kane and Drew's conversation. Now isn't it a coincidence that later on in the episode, Lil Guap walked in with a shipment of product that was for Monet, but instead Rico has now given it to Lil Guap. And this is when alarm bells started to ring for Kane, because he remembered what Drew said, that Rico and his boys were coming down to make the drop personally, but if the drop was made to Lil Guap, then they're coming down to New York to deal with the Tarders. But I'm going to come to Rico and his crew in just a moment, but Lil Guap also gave Kane this stare at the start of this episode when they were getting rid of the GTG crew's body. And well, was he ever going to forget about what Kane did to his boys? Of course not. And this isn't the last we've seen of this now, because Lil Guap has made his move after acting on the information that he learned about Kane and Monet, the bust up with the Tarders. There's going to be a blowback, and he's going to be looking for revenge for Kane killing his boys. And we just have to take it back and remember what he said to Drew when he had the gun to Zeke's knee. He said the Guaps take eye for an eye to the grave. And just because Kane let Lil Guap live, it doesn't change the fact that he takes eye for an eye to the grave. And he's just biding his time before he makes his move, and Kane will realize that he should have dealt with Lil Guap when he had the chance to, because Kane's actions have already led to Zeke almost having his kneecap and Drew almost being killed, although we need to take into consideration that Monet and Lorenzo made him this way. As I touched on earlier on in the video, there's no doubt him acting on emotion and rage is a real problem for the Tarders. But now that Rico is supplying Lil Guap, and after they shot up the bar and shot Drew, their storyline is certainly not finished. It's just getting started, and Power Book 2's world is just about to get a whole lot bigger, especially as we move into season 2. But is Kane really going to be working side by side with Lil Guap and be Rico's distro? Is Kane really willing to do this? Sure, Monet's cut him off, but at this moment in time, Kane needs his family as much as his family needs him. And it just makes me think about what Courtney Kemp said about family doing you wrong and you taking them back and you still resenting them, but you still need them. So I can see Monet not forgiving Kane. I don't see her killing Kane either, even though she made the threat to him, telling him that she'll put him down. I can see her accepting Kane back, but only because she'll need him. I do think that she'll need him at some point, especially because we're going to learn a lot more about the Tarders backstory in the coming season. But let me know what you guys think. Will we see Lil Guap versus Kane at some point? Because I don't think Lil Guap can forgive Kane for killing his boys, and the play that Lil Guap made to take Monet's supplier, a dirty move, and a move that will leave a sour taste in Monet and Lorenzo, and there definitely will be some blowback. So who could Monet's new supplier be? Because it certainly won't be Rico now, and Tommy has been mentioned. But let me know who you guys think by dropping your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. And if you're new to the channel, then remember to smash the subscribe button. And remember guys, I'll be back tomorrow dropping my predictions video for the season finale. So drop your predictions and comments down for the season finale as well, and I'll try and pop some of your guys' comments up in tomorrow's video. But anyway guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.